Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Biological Domain. Today we will see some important chemical reaction from the chemistry part. If you will see the whole video from beginning to end, I am definitely sure that this will come in your examination. I think I have covered here 20 to 30 important chemical reaction. So if you see this video, it will really helpful in your examination. So first we see that question. First reaction is, this is given in word equation, we have to write in the symbolic way. So iron sulfate when heated, it will form iron oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So we have to write this. Like that only they will ask this question, and this question consists of the marks 9 marks. 9 or 10 marks this will be consist in your examination. So iron sulfate, how we will write iron sulfate? FeSO4, ferrous sulfate. Iron sulfate or ferrous sulfate same. So iron sulfate is solid in nature, so we will write the symbol of this. Next, arrow. This is reactant, this side product. So heat, we are giving some heat here. So this is endothermic reaction. So it will form iron oxide Fe2O3 ferrous oxide plus sulfur dioxide SO2 sulfur trioxide SO3. So Fe2O3 iron oxide is also solid in nature, SO2 is gas and SO3 is gas. Next we will see that is it balanced or not, because if you will write the correct equation also and it is not balanced, your marks will be deducted. So we will see ferrous here is 1, here 2, so it is not balanced, so we will write here 2. So now 2 Fe, 2 balance, sulfur 2, 1 2, sulfur 2, oxygen 4 2 ja 8, 3 2 5 3 8. So oxygen is also balanced, so this equation is balanced. Next we will move to the next equation. Before moving to the next equation, you mark this equation as a VVI question. Next is sodium sulfate. So what is the symbol of sodium sulfate? That is Na2SO4. Na2SO4. That is aqueous in nature because water is mixed with this. And next is barium chloride. So BaCl2. This is also aqueous in nature. Arrow. Barium sulfate, how we will write barium sulfate? BaSO4. SO4 means sulfate, and if it is combining with something, so that's sulfate, barium sulfate. Then sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is NaCl. Next we will see that is it balanced or not. Here sodium 2, here sodium 1. So here we will write 2. Sulfur 1, oxygen 4, barium 1, chloride 2, So it is balanced. This is also important. Copper, if combined with oxygen, copper Cu will combine with oxygen O2. So it will form, heat we will give, this is the symbol of it. So it will form copper oxide. But oxygen is not balanced, we will write 2. But again copper we have to balance, so 2 we will write this side. So it's balanced. Now we will move to the next equation. Potassium metal react with water to produce potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So potassium metal, that is K. Metal means it is solid. So it will combine with water, means H2O. So it will form potassium hydroxide, that is KOH. H2O is liquid and potassium hydroxide, because water has been mixed, so it is aqueous in nature. And hydrogen gas. We will see the balance is not or whatever. That potassium is 1 balance, potassium, hydrogen 2, but here it is hydrogen 3. So we will put here 2. So 2 to the 4, but again this is 2 here 1 or 2 3. So it is 3. So we will write here 2. So potassium 2, again we will, potassium is not balanced, so potassium we will write this side. So potassium is balanced. Okay, hydrogen 4, so 2 or 2 4, oxygen 2, here oxygen is 2. So it is balanced. So next we will see the other, when calcium oxide reacts with water. So calcium oxide CaO that reacts with water, that is H2O. So calcium oxide is solid in nature, this hydrogen oxide or that water, that is liquid. So it will combine and it will form calcium hydroxide plus heat. Heat will be released. So heat is releasing here. So this is exothermic reaction. Okay, this is balanced. So calcium hydroxide is aqueous because water has been mixed. Calcium oxide is quicklime. This is quicklime, and calcium hydroxide is slagged lime. This is slagged lime. Okay, next we will see the other equation. When aluminum oxide reacts with acid and base. So first we have to write the aluminum oxide formula. So what is the aluminum oxide formula? That is Al2O3. This is also important. Al2O3 aluminum oxide. So when it is going to react with acid, any acid we can take. So we will take hydrochloric acid. So this will form aluminum chloride, AlCl3 plus water. Okay. So here this is acid. So if it is acid, it is base. So acid and base, whenever it reacts, it will form the salt. Salt plus water. This is the chemical properties of whenever acid reacts with metal. This is neutralization reaction. So it will form salt and water. But it is not balanced. So we need to balance. Aluminium 2, aluminium 1 is here. So we will put here 2. Then 2 3 is 6. Chlorine is 6 here. Or chlorine here 1. So 6 we will put. So 6 hydrogen. 2 hydrogen is there. So 3 we will put. 3 2 is 6. Or 3 oxygen. So it is, now it is balanced. So this is aluminum oxide when react with acid. Next we will see when aluminum oxide, that is Al2O3, will react with base, that is NaOH, sodium hydroxide. So when it is reacting with the sodium hydroxide, means base, what it will form? Sodium aluminate, NaAlO2, and water. So here it is base. So if it is base, it is acid. And this is salt. Sodium aluminate is salt and this is water. So is it balanced? No. Aluminium 2, aluminium 1 is there, so 2. Again sodium is 2, so sodium 2. Oxygen 3 2 5. 2 2 is 4 or 1 5. Okay. Oh no. Now it is balanced. So this is the reaction when aluminum oxide is going to react with acid and when it is going to react with base. So that's why we call aluminum oxide as a amphoteric oxide. This has been asked in your preparatory examination in Karnataka State Board 10th. So you should know this, that why aluminum oxide is called amphoteric, because it can react with acid as well as base. So next we will see the displacement reaction. So what is displacement reaction? Displacement reaction is that reaction where one metal is going to displace the place of other metal. So when iron reacts with copper sulfate, iron means Fe. So iron is solid. When it is going to react with copper sulfate, that is aqueous. So it will form FeSO4, that is aqueous, plus copper, that is solid. So what happening here, this iron when reacting with copper sulfate, when we will dip the iron in the copper sulfate solution, what will happen, this iron will going to displace this copper. So this will form ferrous sulfate plus copper. Okay. So here displacement of copper with the iron. Next reaction is, so it is balanced, no need to balance. Next is zinc. When zinc going to react with copper sulfate, CuSO4, copper sulfate, that is also aqueous because it is mixed with water. So again Zn will replace the copper, ZnSO4, that is also aqueous, plus copper, that is solid. Next reaction related to displacement, this is also balanced, no need. So when lead reacts with copper chloride, lead means Pb, reacts with copper chloride means CuCl2, that is also aqueous. So what it will form, it will, Pb will displace this copper, so PbCl2, lead chloride, plus copper. So this we have seen, this is displacement reaction where only one metal is going to displace the other metal. But next we will see the double displacement reaction where two metal will displace the other metal's place. When sodium sulfate react with barium chloride, this we have seen in the first page also. Next we will see Na2SO4, that is sodium sulfate. So it's most important because it's coming again and again. So Na2SO4, that is aqueous, is combining with barium chloride, that is also aqueous in nature. It will form barium sulfate, BaSO4. Here it will replace by this will replace by this. So this will form barium sulfate, that is solid, and sodium chloride. Okay. When sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride. Next we will move to the redox reaction where oxidation and reduction is going to done. Oxidation means addition of oxygen. Reduction means removal of oxygen. Oxidation, addition of oxygen. Reduction, removal of oxygen. So when copper reacts with oxygen, copper reacts with oxygen in the presence of heat, so it is endothermic also, it will form copper oxide, but it is not balanced, oxygen is 2 here, so we will put 2, but again copper is not balanced, so we will put 2 here. Next is when copper oxide reacts with hydrogen. So what is happening here? That is the oxidation. Copper oxide means CuO plus hydrogen in the presence of heat, it will form Cu plus H2O. So what happening here? What happening here? That is the reduction of oxygen, removal of oxygen. यहाँ पे कॉपर ऑक्साइड है और ये कॉपर ऑक्साइड कॉपर में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है रिएक्टेंट साइड में. It means there is removal of oxygen. Here it is removal of oxygen, but in this case it is the addition of oxygen. So this we can say oxidation and this we can say reduction. I think you understood. Next we will move to the decomposition reaction. These are the types of reaction in the chemical reaction and equation chapter of class 10th. So decomposition means where reactant will going to decompose, जहाँ पे reactant टूट कर दो प्रोडक्ट्स बनाते हैं. यहाँ पे मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट, रिएक्टेंट एक ही होगा और प्रोडक्ट 2 और मोर देन 2 हो सकता है। सो ये डिकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शन को फर्दर डिवाइड किया गया है, थर्मल डिकम्पोजिशन, इलेक्ट्रोलाइसिस, फोटोकेमिकल। So what is thermal decomposition? Thermal decomposition is that decomposition where energy is supplied in the form of heat, where heat is necessary for decomposition. And what is electrolysis? Where electricity is necessary for the decomposition. And what is photochemical? Where light, means sunlight, is necessary for the decomposition of reaction. So we will see this. First we will see thermal decomposition where heat is required. So that we have seen so many examples in the previous page, that ferrous sulfate FeSO4, when this is the solid, when we are going to decompose this ferrous sulfate, it will divide into ferric oxide Fe2O3, that is solid, SO2 gas, plus SO3, that is also gas. But it is not balanced, so this is the example of thermal decomposition. Next one, more example is there for the thermal decomposition only, that is CaCO3, means calcium carbonate. It will decompose into calcium oxide, that is solid, plus carbon dioxide, that is gas. Okay, next we will move to the electrolysis decomposition reaction where electricity is required. Like if we have to decompose the H2O, means water, so we have to give electricity here. So by passing electricity here, it will divide into H2 plus O2. So it's not balanced like. Next we will see about the photochemical decomposition. Photochemical decomposition is that decomposition where light is required. So we will see AgCl, silver chloride, in the presence of sunlight will decompose into silver plus chlorine. Silver is solid, chlorine is gas. But it's not balanced, so we will balance this. That is this. Next, some other example of this photochemical decomposition only. Silver bromide, that is also solid, in the presence of sunlight, that will decompose into silver plus bromide. Bromine is gas here. These are the example of photochemical decomposition. Next is combination reaction. As the name suggests, combination means where two reactant is combining to form the product. Combination is just related to oxidation also, where something is combining together. So when magnesium combines with oxygen, magnesium combine with oxygen, it will form magnesium oxide. So this will be this balance. When lead nitrate combines with potassium iodide, so lead nitrate PbNO3 halt 2, that is lead nitrate, it is combining with potassium iodide Ki, so it will form PbI2, potassium, that is lead iodide plus potassium nitrate. Pb1 here, 1, that is balance. Okay, NO3, N is 2. So N we need to balance. So 2 again, I 2 balance, 3 to just 6, 3 to just 6. So this is balanced. When zinc combined with sulfuric acid, so when zinc Zn plus H2SO4 will form ZnSO4 plus H2, means zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. Next is when iron combines with water. So iron will combine with water, it will form iron oxide plus hydrogen gas. Fe3 is there, so 3 oxygen 4 here, 4 we need, so 4 2 is 8, so 4 we will write here. Okay, this value. When calcium oxide combine with water, calcium oxide combines with water, it will form calcium hydroxide plus heat. When calcium hydroxide combines with carbon dioxide, it will form calcium carbonate plus water. When carbon monoxide will combine with hydrogen, it will form methyl alcohol. So need to balance, yes, H2 3 4 2 2 4. Okay, balanced. Next you need to learn photosynthesis equation. These are the most important, photosynthesis or respiration equation. So photosynthesis, that is CO2 plus H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it will form glucose C6H12O6 plus oxygen plus water. We need to balance 6 CO2, 12 H2O or 6 CO2, 6 H2. Now it's balanced. Next is respiration equation. That is C6H12O6, that is glucose, will combine with oxygen. It will form carbon dioxide, water plus ATP. So 6, okay. Next is exothermic and endothermic reaction. Exothermic, where heat is going to release, heat or light will be released, or heat light energy will be released. Or endothermic are that reaction where it will be observed, where it will be taken up. So the example, some example, calcium oxide when combines with water, it will form calcium hydroxide, some heat will release. Here carbon when combined with oxygen, carbon dioxide and heat will release. Glucose when combined with oxygen, carbon dioxide, water and heat will release. For endothermic, what? For calcium carbonate, when it is going to decompose, so it will form calcium oxide or carbon dioxide, so heat will be required. For N2 plus O2, heat will be required for that nitrous oxide, nitrogen monoxide, and then carbon and hydrogen oxide, means water will form carbon monoxide plus hydrogen gas. Some other example is also there for endothermic, like ferrous when combined with ferrous sulphate when heated, that it will form ferrous oxide, sulfur dioxide or sulfur dioxide. So these are the most important chemical equation which has been taken from your NCERT class 10th book. If you will do these things, this all equation, definitely this will ask in your exam. Do well in your exam. That's all for today. Thank you.